Oh, the V10s. Bring back the V10s is the cry from a lot of fans, but the realities of making that something that actually happens in the next coming years, I think is extremely slim. And one of the reasons why I'd given when it came to that really was the new engine manufacturers coming in, you know, Audi, Honda, Ford coming in as partners as well. Are they really going to accept that Formula One is going to go in a completely different direction and go towards V10s rather than these new 50-50 hybrid units that are going to be in the cars starting next year? And apparently the FIA has now hinted that Audi and Honda are against the return of V10s to Formula One. So let's have a look at this, guys, because officially Audi are coming into Formula One next year as an engine manufacturer, and Honda are pivoting from being a Red Bull partner to being an outright power unit manufacturer for Aston Martin next year. Let's have a look at what's been said. Full article on the F1 Chronicle as always. The FIA admits talks behind the scenes are taking place about the potential return of V10 engines to Formula One. In the past few days, amid swirling rumours that the all-new and contentious 2026 engine regulations could be scrapped ahead of a switch to normally aspirated V10 power with sustainable fuels for 2028, Audi issued a statement. While vague, the statement made quite clear that Volkswagen-owned car maker only decided to buy Sauer because of the highly electrified 2026 regulations. Team driver Nico Hülkenberg also declared in Shanghai the regulations for 2026 are set in stone. Amid the confusion, the FIA single-seater boss Nicolas Tombashis has admitted that preliminary negotiations are taking place, but he cautioned that there is no rush. We are proud that we have brought Audi into this sport and we don't want them to change their mind, he added. We are proud to have made Honda reconsider their decision to leave and come back, but we are now trying to find a compromise that suits everyone, taking into account the current realities. There is no one-size-fits-all solution, so we are going to try and find a middle ground. Some believe the racing will suffer if the 2026 rules simply come in as planned, while others point to the massive cost ramping up the hybrid era even further. In 2020 and 2021, when the regulations were discussed, the trend towards electric propulsion was obvious, Tombashis said. Since then, the views of participants have changed, and even if Formula One is now a very good financial position, it is important for us to protect it from further fluctuations in the global economy. But we are not trying to do anything unilaterally. However, we are wanting to take into account the interests of all participants. That's the thing, you know, F1, criticise it all you want, but it is a democracy in terms of the teams, relatively. Ferrari have veto power, but that's a separate issue. And, you know, interestingly now, when Cadillac come in, that's 11. So it can no longer be split down the middle when it comes to these votes and stuff like that. So that could potentially create some tension really when it comes to that, or it could help actually because it's an odd number rather than an even. I mean, I've made my thoughts on this perfectly clear. I think getting V10s back would be awesome, but it has to be done in the right way. It has to be done in a way where the manufacturers are wanting to do it, because otherwise you're going to be left with Formula One being, you know, kind of a zombie series at that point, you know, where, you know, it's going to have a lot of engine manufacturers pull out. We're not going to want to see that. We're going to have 2 or 3 engine manufacturers, whereas in 2026, how many are we going to have? 6 and 7 when Cadillac come in, I think, something like that. That's a lot. You know, you've got Red Bull, Ford, you've got Cadillac, you've got Audi, you've got Ferrari, you've got Mercedes, and you've also got Honda. So, you know, you've got 6 right there. And I've probably missed out one there too. I know Renault are leaving, but Renault we're going to leave whether we're going to go to V10s, V12s, V6s, or a straight 16, you know, W16. A Bugatti engine in the back of that. Why not? You know, they were going to leave anyway because they were terrible at making engines. Simple as that. Well, not quite as simple as that, but you know what I mean. But, you know, at the end of the day, I do think that it'd be a good thing, but it has to be done in the right way. And you don't want to go annoying Honda and Audi just a few years after they have joined and rejoined, depending on who you're talking about. You want them to be there for the long haul. Now, if Honda might well leave again, they make a habit of getting good in Formula One, then just dipping for some reason. I've no idea why. I've never understood it, really. I get it in 2008, financial crisis and all that bad stuff happening, but why did they want to leave the other year? I don't get it. I don't get it, man. But anyway, they're coming back properly. So yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. I am all for it personally, but it has to be done in the right way. Sustainable fuels has to be done with the manufacturers being on board. and it's not going to happen until 2030 at the absolute minimum, in my opinion. I think it might take till mid-2030s personally, but your thoughts in the comments below, guys. We talk a lot about V10s here. I'll link the video going on about whether the V10 era was actually overrated, because a lot of old school fans, a lot of millennials like myself, look back to the V10 days and think it was the golden era in Formula 1. It was the best time to be. It was the best time. The bestest of times. Or was it? Well, I don't think it quite was, but you'll see what I mean in that video at the end if you're on YouTube. If you're not, look up our videos. I've got plenty of them on our channel at the end of the day to keep you entertained. And yeah, hope you have a great day, guys. See you very soon. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, and have a fantastic time. And yeah, let's hope that Japan in a couple of weeks is another great race. Better than China, hopefully, with less disqualifications for Ferrari's sake.